Cotman, Crawford, and the Jersey Guy podcast.
Hey everybody, Kenny Cotman.
Lewis Crawford.
And I'm Tom Ramage, the Jersey Guy.
Hello, my peoples. How you doing? What's going on, fellas?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Nothing. Same old shit, different day. Yeah. Just chilling. Everybody's good. Everybody had a good week. Everybody's groovy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, look at the head bop for the sec there, Lou. You had that? You heard that music?
I was thinking of
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Yeah.
No, you know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of that crazy commercial with the camel. What day is it?
Oh my God. What day
It's hump
is
day.
it? That's funny.
Hey, somebody ask me what day it is.
That's funny. That is freaking hilarious, bro. Because your head just went out of nowhere. I was like, what
It
the
did.
hell?
It totally went in a different direction.
Yeah, you did. That is great. That is great. Well, I hope everybody out there is good, all our listeners, and everybody's had a good week, and everybody's in great health. I hope. Awesome.
So what are we talking about today?
Today is Data Privacy Day convo.
And that is coming, what day is that?
January 28th. January 28th is Data Privacy Day. So that means that, I guess today we'll call it like a PSA.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
But we're not. So the only person here that, well, actually Lou knows a lot of this stuff too, but is Tom, because you know about the spam. You know about what it looks.
We were talking earlier about, there's a lot of scams out there, and it's just crazy seeing all this stuff. And I personally have been a victim of identity theft.
Yeah.
Talk about that. I could tell everybody how that went.
Yeah. And Lou knows a little bit about that stuff
That
too.
must have sucked.
Yeah.
I
Duh.
have my,
Yeah.
So I might as well we'll dive into what
Yeah.
happened to me jump into it. So I randomly, this is a few years back, I randomly got a credit card in the mail for Raymore and Flanagan. And I'm thinking, I didn't sign up for Raymore and Flanagan. What's going on here? And I find out, it's like, yeah, well, you bought furniture and this and that. And I'm like, oh, shit. And then all of a sudden, like, I found out that they went to Best Buy and signed up for a Best Buy credit card in my name. And then they went to, and they found out, because they must have pulled my credit report.
Right.
They found out that I have a Kohl's account. So they just went to Kohl's, and like they must have a fake ID. Because if you go to Kohl's, I don't know if that's the case anymore, but you can be like, I don't have my card with me. I just need like a temporary one printed out, and they'll print a temporary credit card for you. Yeah. And you just got to show them your identification by fake ID. So they racked up my Kohl's card, and then they bought a computer from
Best Buy?
From Dell.
Oh, wow.
They built.
Wow.
And then they were trying something else, and I had to stop my credit. I had to lock my credit from all the credit bureaus, and they tried to call me like, yeah, we're trying to unlock your credit right now. Like someone, I don't know if they were trying, if it was the actual people or it was like the credit card company. I'm like, well, I have my credit card locked right now, so just let them know that don't deny it. And if you can, call the authorities.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever you have to do, just don't.
So now I have to forever lock my credit, and anytime I want to, release our cars,
Yeah.
So
I do it mine. I lock it.
I gotta unlock it. I gotta lock it with all three bureaus each time.
Right.
Either or we get a loan or anything, or I want to sign for a new credit card.
And you can set it for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. That's what we do. I have to
it's only going to be unlocked for this long,
and
then after that,
you
you just lock it right back up again.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane, bro. Well, you weren't held accountable for that, right?
No, I was. After they have to do their investigation, and they reimburse the credit card company through the whatever credit card fraud.
Right. That is crazy, man. Well, then with that, the idea of National Data Privacy Day is for everybody to become aware, to know what hacking is, to know what the identity theft is, to understand the spams. Like, don't open up certain emails. Don't open up those text messages. Right. Learn what to look for. Like, some random person is calling you up, like you were saying too, Tom, just calling you up, says, hey, yeah, we you owe money here or whatever it is, or your phone is locked up. Send us gift cards from Apple.
Oh yeah, and I also forgot to add that the way they got my information was there had been like the year before 2 major data hacks for Target and Home Depot. It was a big all over the news, and that's where they must have got it from.
Wow, yeah, they did.
And then all my information was just sold in the black market, and I have like 800 something credit. I have really good credit, so they must have saw that, and they were like, jackpot!
Yeah, no
he's gonna
shit,
get approved
bro.
for everything.
Yeah, he is.
So yeah.
Holy cow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Well then, bro, like I said, school us on your knowledge, homie.
Yeah.
Because
So,
tell us because, and even I said, Lou, a lot of this stuff too.
Yeah, I have a thing that I pay for monthly for to protect my data.
Yeah, like
and
a life lock or
yeah, I was
something.
gonna say life lock.
one of those.
Yes,
absolutely.
The credit bureaus actually have some that they do the same thing directly through them too.
Right. Yeah.
And technically, they say I mean I was told that you only technically need to lock one credit bureau because if one's locked, then you
can't go to the rest.
Yeah, for some reason, but
So
I don't. I lock all three. I lock all
but
three.
Yeah,
I don't know why they said that, but like I don't trust that.
Right.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because I mean, actually, which one do they go when they check in your credit? Yeah, when
All
you
of
get
them.
it. Oh, it's all 3 of them. Okay, got
There's
it.
3 of them.
Got it.
They're going to want to check all of them.
Got it.
Usually, one is going to be better than the other.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If your credit's pretty decent, it'll one will be way high and the other one will be like in the mid range, but usually good.
Right.
You want to be over 700.
Got it. Well, so now one of the precautions, like we were saying a minute ago, is well, we all have apps, and you guys are talking about locking out the credit unions, the credit people and whatnot. Do you have it on an app in your phone? Or do you have to call? Or you have to actually call?
No, you gotta.
Well, some do have an app where you can. Like I did for a while, but they had their own problems. From someone hacked. Of course, the one of the credit bureaus. I forget one of them. I was able to do, and there was a button to you can just hit a button on an app to lock and unlock.
Right.
But ever since whatever happened, the app went.
Yeah, I leave mine locked too.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. Yeah, I have
it's not the credit card companies you're just looking to lock out. They're there to help you so you can lock it out. It's
right.
Keeping it from the people who want to get in.
Right.
When something comes up, that's a good way to know because then they're going to go, hey, you'll get a message on your phone or something.
Right.
And they'll say, well, your bank will alert you. Sometimes your bank will let you know too.
Those
hey,
are the alerts. Yeah.
And then if you get that, then you're like, okay, call up, and then you just, and if you know what it is already,
right,
and it was you who spent it, then you're like, all right, no problem. That was me. I bought gas, or I did whatever. So try to be as good as you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
You got to be careful. It's technology is getting better and better and crazy.
Oh,
man.
dude, I can't believe how these people are hacking. And like I said, it's like when people get your new telephones, change the settings to private. Everything, put on your privacy. Hit that privacy button. Turn.
Everything.
Yep. This way, you'll get a notification that somebody's trying to get into your phone or whatever the case may be. And that to me, that's one of the lock your shit up.
Yeah.
Lock it all up.
But think about how it was before we had to know we needed to lock it up, right?
Oh,
we didn't have to worry
yeah,
about it. And
right,
then all of a
right.
sudden now,
Yeah.
people are hacking you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm saying now that we know that people are getting hacked and all that spam and stuff,
scams,
like
too.
and with the Wi-Fi too, man, because there was so I didn't know it was working off of the Wi-Fi. You leave your Wi-Fi on when you go into different stores or public places.
Yeah.
Somebody else can hack onto and tap into your stuff. I was like, what? So now when they walk past you, they can just copy the shit off of your phone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I was like, what? Passwords and everything. Yeah, I turn my Wi-Fi off. If I'm not like in my house, and even questionable sometimes in my house, I'll just have it off for like a little bit and then.
Yeah, if you're on the same Wi-Fi network, you got to be careful. That's why. So the other thing that too, though, is because we're talking about internet security and all that, is scams. We were talking about before.
Hold that thought. Scams.
Okay.
If you really want to be more conscious and educated on this, you need to start paying attention more to the trainings we get at work. Everybody has a job, and everybody's getting the same training because if they have a mobile phone or whatever, like
they do.
Right. So
too,
now when you see that and you hear about it, you're like, okay, maybe I should pay attention. Not for the job, but also for myself because you can use apply that stuff for yourself as well.
Right.
Sorry,
right.
No. And to talk about that is like they do with me too. You're gonna take all these mandatory cybersecurity classes.
Right.
And it's important that they're doing it now because there's so many ways people can even just people like sneaking into buildings and stuff like that by just following people in, or like and then shoulder surfing they call it,
right
stuff, and just so many things.
It's just amazing how people go through with no problem, with no without any effort, to steal other people's money and stuff rather than go get a job.
Yeah.
And it just seems, I don't know. It's just so wrong on all levels. Right. I mean, it's just like a lazy thing, you know, you know what? Let me be a criminal. And let me let me go, steal other people's property and everything. I just didn't know how a person can live with themselves when they do that. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
It's just sad that that's what happens.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Because it's easier for them to be it's easier to be a bad guy than to be the superhero.
Okay. Well, I always tell my kids that. I say it's harder to be good than it is to be bad. So it's easy to be bad.
It's easy to be bad.
Yeah.
But being disciplined and trying to do the best you can.
Right.
That's always going to be hard.
Yeah. There's only those few people that end up becoming that. So, you've seen it in the movies and stuff, that super hacker, the person that's always doing the spams and stuff, that person later on, or even just turns their life around however way that they become the security person.
Right. The government looks for those people.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sure that if they get them, I'm sure they're saying, hey,
yep,
you want to get out of this?
Yeah.
You're going to help us
You're
out.
working with us. And you need to show it. And they've done that several times, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm sure more than we can even imagine.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That movie, Swordfish. Hugh Jackman, John Travolta, Halle Berry.
Good movie.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
What was the one with DiCaprio? The one
is that Oceans?
with
Oceans?
No, Oceans was the Vegas.
Oh, the Italian Job?
No, that was Mark Wahlberg.
No, where he had an identity. He kept forging everything.
I'm getting someone.
Tom Hanks was in it. Tom Hanks was chasing him. What was the name of that movie?
Catch Me If You Can. No, Catch Me If You Can. That wasn't DiCaprio though. Was it?
Yeah,
that was? It was DiCaprio? Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
And he forged everything.
Yeah.
And then they hired him.
Right.
Yeah. Right? And they came up with the ink on the on the checks now. When you see that, like that whole thing, they came up with that. They would sit and they took the mind and said, hey, and look how that worked for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To catch a criminal, you need a criminal.
Right.
Boom.
Unfortunately, that's how it works.
That's how it goes. But go ahead, Tom. You started to say something about the spamming.
Oh yeah. So that's since we're talking about internet security and stuff like that, scams. I was watching these. There's a really lot of good YouTube channels now that how to catch a scammer and stuff like that, and it's real wild. Like you think of a scammer as just some guy at his computer, but no, they have like professional call centers. Set up with supervisors and cubicles, and they have productivity that you haven't been getting enough. Like there's a guy, is there TPS? We're putting no longer putting cover sheets on our TPS reports.
Yeah.
Office Space reference. Like and it's all for scammers. And the way they're operating now is just getting it's so wild.
And just the effort that they go through to just do it.
Because it's big.
You know what
money.
I mean? And I know, money. But it's fucked up.
No, I know.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? It's like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
The thing that
I don't know.
My takeaway is a lot of these scam artists, the thing that they always do, and it should be like the dead giveaway. But, I guess maybe they're just good at what they do. So they're able to convince people is that they always want form of payment in like gift cards.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Amazon's not going to be like, they have bank accounts. They're not going to be like, pay us in gift cards.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. You want your service back on. You don't want us to call the authorities. Send us an Amazon is asking for Apple gift cards.
Yeah. It's like,
really, bro?
Right.
What the fuck? Yeah, no, that shit is just crazy.
That should be the dead giveaway.
Yeah, seriously.
But I was watching this channel. It's wild. If you can check it out, it's really worth watching. It is, it's like how to catch a scammer. And they got this guy and they, he's like, they caught the scammer. Like they were talking to him, and and he's like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. He goes, if you need help, and he like gave them all these codes and got onto the computer, and they like hacked into their computer. Like these guys were hackers, and they hacked into the computer, and they had the cameras turned on the call centers and stuff like that. It was wild.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
And they target elderly.
They actually had to shut down their system for a full day because they were hacked.
Yeah, see,
so
they do.
It was a day of them not making money. It was good that they did that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
What you said is true, because when my dad was still alive, and I would hear certain things that they would talk about on the news or whatever it was,
they always target.
I would say to him, "Listen to me. Do not give anybody your information. Okay? They don't send you. They're not going to call you.
Right.
If it's important, usually it's a letter or something.
Right.
When it's something, do not. And if you're not sure, you call me and you talk to me before you make any decision.
Yep.
Because I don't want you getting caught up in a scam or something. Because you guys are the elderly, unfortunately, are prone to it.
Right.
And that's they go after them first.
Right. Yeah.
The best advice is, if when in doubt, hang up and call that company back.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's the best way, because if someone says, "Oh, I'm from, your Macy's credit card, we need this," and then, well, go get your Macy's, hang up, go get your Macy's credit card and call and be like, "I just received a phone call from you," and they'd be like, "That's not us. That's a scam. You know, we don't do that."
Right. Yeah.
And
they won't call you.
They won't. They won't.
They'll never call you.
No.
But if you really, really feel like you're like,
but you should let the credit card company know anyway.
Yeah.
Because it helps them, when that shit happens. So you're actually helping them as well. Because now, but I agree with you 100%.
Call them back if you're in doubt, because obviously the number on your card is official. So,
Right. Yeah. Never give out any of your information to anybody over the phone, in an email, in a text, or anything like that.
No.
And, and they're doing that. Well, I mean, so everybody's heard the term catfish. And that's what they doing, says, "Oh, we're friends, we've been dating or whatever. I need you to send me, $300. And people will turn around and send $300 because they're like, "Oh no, because now that's my boyfriend and my girlfriend, and he or she needed to get this or get whatever, and they ran short. So now they're asking, because they're scammers. So they're asking people for the money to help them get through the week, through the day, whatever the case may be, and then they don't talk to you anymore."
Right.
It's crazy. It's insane. I'm like, what the fuck? And I mean, I've heard of people, seen people, they got TV show, and people are just, I know that, Billy or Mary, their kid, they couldn't pay rent, and the kid had to get to school. So I sent them $300 they can get the Uber or get the car fixed so they can do what they had.
Right.
It's a scam. Like, seriously, come on.
Well, the other thing that they're scamming now too is that it's all AI powered.
Oh yeah,
where you'll get a random text message that says, "Hey," or or it'll be like, "Hi Mary, this is Rachel. I can't make my Pilates," and they're waiting for you to email back saying wrong number, and they say, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to text you."
Yeah, right.
So what's your name, by the way? And then just start they're trying to.
Business.
I don't know,
exactly.
So you know what I did? I said, you know what? I'm gonna fuck around. I'm gonna pretend that I'm like, and I was like, yeah. And this person was talking to me for 2 fucking days until they're like, "Oh, by the way, I'm involved with investment banking."
Of course.
And,
of course
if you invest in this and this, and I was like, I said, "And there's the grift."
Yep.
And then that's when I texted back. I was waiting for your grift. And then they stopped messaging me.
Yep.
Yeah. See, insane, right, bro?
Yeah.
It's too much. And then, another one that I've heard of, that they'll call you up. So let's just say here, like they'll call you up. It's like, "Yo, Kenny's in jail. This is the bail bondsman. We need you to send blah, blah, blah money."
Hold on. I'll call you right back.
Yeah. So give me your number. I'll call you right back. Yeah.
And then I will call you.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, no, ask him where he is, because we're going to go fucking run his pockets.
Jail right now?
Yeah. No, right? I start singing jail songs and shit.
And then, the email scams, like the ones that are like, I remember.
You have a package that UPS has sent you.
Yeah.
Get that one on your phone?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just
get
totally
that all
delete
the
it. I
time,
totally
too.
delete it and
all
block
the
it.
time.
Yeah.
You know what I used to hold that thought. I remember, used to love doing this when you got the calls,
Oh, back in the day.
and I would go. I knew it was that because you could see the number, and I would
Right.
be like, hold on. So hold on. Just put the shovels in the trunk with the body. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And you go back. There's nobody on the other end.
Yeah. They hung up. I'm like, what? I don't want to do this shit.
But yeah, those emails.
That's great. I love it.
The email scams. Well, I remember the first time I ever heard of some of these email scams, but like my sister-in-law, well, Tara's brother's wife, she like got sent like mass emailed everybody from her email. This is like 15 years ago, so and it was like I'm stuck in the UK. I need to wire money to me. Or like she's obviously being spammed. We just saw her yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Fucking
exactly.
UK, man. She gets around.
Yeah, no shit. That was quick too. Yeah, no shit.
And then the famous Prince of Nigeria, if you give me if you forward me, $10,000 when I get my money back, I will reward you handsomely.
Yeah,
Right, sure you
that's
will.
great.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
is funny. Well, so like even in the text messages, when you see those text messages, because you can, without opening up that particular text, you can see what it reads. Just delete it, because if you don't recognize the number,
I think you can block it too.
yeah, you can block them.
So I have, you know what mine does is I have when I get a, I guess because they're starting to get on top of it. I'm on the Messenger app I have, because I have Android. I have a Google Pixel, right? So
Right.
It's Google one. Yeah, you have the same one. When you click on a message from someone you don't know, it'll say, "Is this spam? Would you like to report it?"
Yes.
You report
Yeah.
spam,
Always
and then-
report.
So yeah, I do that.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, so don't open them. Same thing with the emails. Don't open them up.
And the one that's the worst is WhatsApp. WhatsApp, I get more spam than my own text.
But that's funny because it's supposed to be encrypted, and
It's
they
encrypted,
push
but
it
they
and
just type in random numbers.
I barely
text
use it.
Random numbers.
I barely
No
use
shit.
it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to delete it off my phone.
Yeah. You know what is WhatsApp is more popular. I have friends that like
Overseas and everything.
through activism and stuff.
Yes.
I have some
I
friends I have friends that are in South America. I have friends that are in Europe that I
Right.
sometimes will text on WhatsApp.
We have a good friend who's from Jamaica who
yeah,
uses it.
I haven't
so.
used it in a while, but yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. That is
Yeah,
funny.
especially because sometimes with activism, we have these big group texts and WhatsApp, and they're
Right.
all over the fucking world. It's very popular in Europe because it's harder because there's people in Europe. They're all small countries and people travel, and like texting is like considered long distance or something like that, or maybe I don't know, but so WhatsApp's just easier to use. So WhatsApp is actually more popular
and I
than
think
standard text messages.
Okay.
No charge or
Right.
anything, right? Like, I don't think
it's
you
free.
pay for it. Right.
It's
It's
free.
totally free. That's what I
It's
thought.
powered by Meta. Facebook.
Right.
Oh, yeah, it is. Well, then too. So now, well, not now, but so always, they don't keep your passwords on your phone,
Right.
and always update your passwords,
Yeah.
because people can find, that again, hacking into your phone and onto your computers and such. If I can hack into your to get into your shit, I'm gonna find all these things.
Right.
Either if you don't find a password that's gonna be easy for you to remember,
You
then
can
write it
let
down
the
on paper.
phone. You can let your phone do it too. And what's saved, where it's saved, where nobody else can see it.
Yeah, but then wouldn't that
think
be
like-
the same thing?
No, because doesn't Google do that for you?
So I know for Android, you there's a password manager, but you need to use your fingerprint to
Right.
Oh,
to access all your passwords.
Yeah.
Got it.
Everything.
So you
That's
have
correct.
to.
okay. Yeah, I think they have that for Apple too. I don't know, because I don't
mean,
keep all that stuff on my phone like
but,
that.
you know.
So
I mean, if you're dead, but if someone if you're knocked out or dead, they can still use your finger.
right, yeah. They just cut your thumb off and take
like
that
they do
shit.
in the movie.
Yeah,
Just put the phone on,
exactly.
Yeah.
Take your eye, put it in there. Yeah, no shit, that's funny.
or just put it up to your dead face.
Yeah. That's fucking hilarious. That's
I-
wrong.
the
Well, hopefully they
face-
won't
the
get that
face-
close.
The face recognition, though,
I
it's
don't
not-
want that.
Well, no, they don't. Even if you have face recognition on your phone, they won't. That's not applicable for using Android Pay or Apple Pay or the password manager. You have to have a fingerprint.
Oh, okay, there you
Okay.
go. Yeah,
Yeah.
you see. Yeah.
So
Oh,
this is
and
good stuff. This is stuff that
Yeah.
everybody should know,
and it says to commit to knowing your passwords by heart. I was trying to think, because I had changed the page, so I was thinking, learn your passwords and the longer your passwords. Now, see, that's where it gets kind of hard.
It gets tricky because
you can't learn. You can't.
They say don't use the same password for everything, and change your password every so many months. It's like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah. So use the same password, but put like different so the signs, it's like the dollar sign, the ampersand, the slash, just put them on, this way you can remember. Just remember which one you use it for.
There's a bunch of different things you can do.
A good way to do it is probably to use, I don't know, like put the word for your password for Facebook, put the word Facebook in it and then a password.
Oh.
And then make that end part your same password every 3 months. So it's like Facebook 7531 @, and then it'll be, so your Instagram password is Instagram 7531 @.
Right.
And then when it's time to change it, you only got to remember the last part of your password. The beginning.
Yeah.
But you could do that.
That makes sense.
And it doesn't have to be Facebook. You could have like a word. You could have
right.
Like my password for Facebook is banana and then @75, that same number, So you got to remember that though. Facebook is banana.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever fucking
word. Right. Yeah, that's your safe word. Sorry. Wrong password.
Safe word. It's my safe word. Banana. Oklahoma. Who was that? Jackass.
Yeah. That is great. That is too funny. And always tell people about your, whatever that you may have gotten. So the text messages, the emails, anything that could have been spam. Pass the word on. This way, nobody else could get caught out there. And block them as you get it. Like you said earlier, Tom, block it. As you get it, you see it, block it. Just don't. And I said, tell everybody. Let everybody know this particular number or this text message from blah, blah, whatever it was is, because I have a lot of friends, but none of them were texting me like, hey, Kenny, so did you know that, the ASPCA wants you? No.
And the good thing is, I think when you report the spam through your phone, like it goes in their database, because sometimes you'll get a phone call from someone, it'll say incoming spam.
Right. Yeah. On my phone too.
It's been flagged. I think when you flag that, so now when someone spams, that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the number's
Absolutely.
flagged, so
all the time. Or I get it where it answers the phone and it reads a certain.
Oh, I have that option too.
Yeah, I had that on too. Sometimes
you could screen calls.
You can screen the calls and it'll actually talk to the person.
Yeah, they have that on the Android.
Please say who, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I saw that. I've heard of it. I didn't see it. I've heard of that. That's funny. That's funny because now they try to AI you and you AI them back.
Yeah, it's funny though because like sometimes I don't know why it leaves that option for phone book numbers that are in your phone book, because a couple times I accidentally, like, I'm picking up my phone, I actually like hit the button on someone I know. Like I'll do it to Tara, my wife, I'll hit the screen button. She's like, what are you doing? I said, sorry, hit the button on accident.
Yeah, wrong one. Sorry. That is funny.
That's funny.
Hell yeah. Always update your stuff. Update your phones, update your computers, your laptops, whatever. Yep, all your software. Always update them because, that's this way it keeps them. Well, it keeps the hackers.
Right, you keep getting an upgrade, so you want to have the next thing that comes every time.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
security patch
and back up your phone.
Yeah,
isn't backing up your phone very good too?
Yeah, that too.
You want to back your phone up. So often.
Back it up to the cloud in case, but
you can have it done automatically too.
Yeah. It's just funny. There's so many security patches. Like it's got more security patches than a friggin' quilt.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Security patches.
You're right.
Anyway, so where we live.
But unfortunately, that's what we have to do, right? I mean, so we got to fight back.
Yeah.
Protect our own shit. I don't want anybody. We don't want anybody messing with our stuff, man. You've experienced that.
Well,
that's
like
bullshit.
you said, but people stealing your stuff. We work for what we have.
Right.
We busted our ass, and then now some little motherfucker's going to come take our stuff.
Right.
My feelings get hurt. And that's when the shovels that you're talking about.
Yeah, the shovels.
When the shovels come into play.
Trunk.
Yeah. Put him in the trunk. Don't worry about it. Just put it next to his body. It's there. But yeah, always update your change your passwords. Update your passwords, however you want to say it. Just keep everything changing. You have to do it. You have to do these things. You don't just depend on your phone or
just
whatever.
Got to keep up with the technology. I guess you got to just make sure you're just covering your ass with all that.
Yep.
Yep.
And always check your credit.
Usually
Yeah, well,
the
not
phone-
even you said check
Usually
your
the phones
credit.
are pretty good with that. They
Yeah.
usually let you know when it's coming or
Right.
Yeah, and if you look online, you can pull your I think by law you're allowed to pull your credit report free once a year. You can pull your credit number and your credit score. It's two separate things. For some reason, I don't know why.
well, I can see my scores if I just go on to a certain
I don't know
thing.
why it doesn't. I don't know why it's like when you pull your credit, it should show your score, but it doesn't when you pull your
Not on the credit
report.
report.
I don't know why not. Why can't they just put the number on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's so weird.
But you can go look at your score anytime
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want.
I know.
Yeah. Well, you got depending on
I always
the
wondered
carrier
that.
you get, the credit apps. So
Yeah.
your Credit Karma
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Intuit and whatever else, they tell you. I think now too, most banks do it for free. You can get it on through your bank
What?
app or
But you
Or
are
your credit
allowed-
report and everything. No, your bank app that will tell you your credit score.
But you are allowed a free
I'm
credit
not sure.
report. You can pull your credit report once a year.
Yeah.
Through the credit bureaus. It's
Right.
just you don't get the score on it. I don't know why. But anyway,
Yeah.
but it's a good way to find stuff out. It's a good way to find out if there's anything that's wrong in your because
Right.
maybe something is wrong and it's making your credit score bad.
Right.
Because it's like it can show that like saying, oh, you owe money or something like that. And maybe they have it wrong or it's got someone else. I remember because my name is the same name as my dad, except different middle name. But like I had some stuff from my dad that was on there one time. I had to get it off, and he had already been deceased.
Right.
It's just somehow
Right.
ended up on my credit card. So I had to say that's not me.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's what it is. Always check your statement. Check your
Yeah.
statements. Check your bank statements. That's where you'll see.
Absolutely.
And that's another thing too.
Well, usually my bank alerts me whenever I make a purchase on something.
Yeah.
So it tells me, hey, such and such, and I know it's me.
Well, sometimes too, they do it in such little amounts that you wouldn't pay that much attention.
Well, no,
Then
I
you
get
think
it.
about
I see it automatically.
Oh,
It just
yeah?
goes right on
Okay.
my phone. Yeah. So I'm going to look at it.
Yeah, like it'll say 30 cents here, $5 here, things that, you didn't even really think about. And then when you go back, you look, wait, that wasn't me. And then, you got to go back and let them know because you probably hacked,
Yeah.
I only saw that one I saw, I forgot, I think it was 2020 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was saying that just little money that they were taking out of a bunch of different people's
Right. I
accounts.
guess they get so many, they don't have to take a lot out and make it obvious.
Mhm, right.
And the other thing is too.
Why
is-
bring attention to yourself?
Yeah.
And the other thing also is, I know it's slightly off topic, but still on the topic is, if you're ever like, having some financial hardship, if you call the credit card companies, you can pause for, it's only a certain amount of time they'll let you pause. You can like pause your credit cards, like where they, that it's temporary pause. Like you can't use it, but like,
Right.
But
where
it can't, right.
You don't have to make payments for like a couple months or whatever. I think if you're like lost your job or something like that, they do.
Right.
They do allow that. So it's an important thing to
Yeah,
know.
they
So
do
it
now.
doesn't-
I don't think
so
they
you don't-
used to do that.
But so you
Back
don't
in the
fuck
day.
so you don't fuck your credit. You
Yeah.
just say, hey, I'm experiencing financial hardship.
Right, and you just,
I got laid off from my job, whatever.
Right.
And you can pause it until so you don't mess your credit up.
Yeah. And like you said, it's protect yourself.
Yeah.
Know what you're up against. Well, not even just having that general knowledge.
Yeah.
Like I know I can ask you guys like, oh, what about this? And how about that? Have you
Right,
heard this
right.
and seen it? We know we could bounce that kind of stuff over each other. Everybody just has to stay like everything else, vigilant. Pay attention to what you're doing. Pay attention to what you sign up to.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
just
that's the hard part. Yeah.
because I'm telling you now, man.
Because there's so much going on in your life.
Yeah.
You're juggling stuff. That's just the way it is. You know?
Mhm. Yeah, you do. You forget. You don't pay attention sometimes. So don't laugh too hard. But I don't really do it all the time. I just did it like this once. Ready? No, because I'm trying to think of how embarrassed I'm going to be afterwards.
Okay.
But you enter a sweepstakes, so you put your email address in there. You don't answer personal questions, but things that you might like or whatever,
Right.
and you put it in there.
I think we've all done that at one point in our lives.
And
right?
you just got to be careful when you do it because
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah, you're giving them your
and
information.
you're giving them your info because without even paying attention, you're giving the answers to your security questions when you when you joined up with whatever it was that
Right.
you may have joined up in some
mean-
somewhere else.
You mean my $10 million from Publishers Clearance?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're not getting
no,
You're not
that
getting
didn't
that. Those are
work.
paid
That wasn't
actors.
it. Yeah. That's where they got the $10 million from the other people that they scammed and put in there.
Right.
No, that's not true. I'm not gonna say that. That's messed up. But yeah, it's things like that. You never know. Pay attention. be aware of everything
But
around
anything
you.
that looks odd should,
Yeah.
Yeah.
get your attention immediately. And I think I'm pretty good at that. I think most of us, I think you have to now. And if someone who's not responsible and doesn't give a shit, then, you're not going to convince them otherwise. But,
Yeah, right.
I think most people, especially if something happens once, usually it's like the one time that, and then you're like, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that. And, change things up and keep an eye on it all the time.
Yeah.
It's important to do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you work hard for it. Like you said,
Yeah.
at one point in my life, my credit was horrible. Shittiest freaking credit, man.
yeah, me
I had
too.
a job. I was not
Oh, yeah.
working. I was working. It was just like a mess.
Right.
Eventually, I got my life together, and fortunately, I'm in a good place now. You know what I mean? So, and you work hard for that.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, I was just financially irresponsible.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
It's part of my past. I don't. I had really bad
Live and
credit.
learn,
I was,
baby.
I was delinquent. I had the credit years. Thank
falling
God.
all the time.
My wife, I gotta tell you, she was really like an amazing.
She's good at that stuff, man.
And I was really embarrassed when we were dating. I told her, my credit's bad. She's like, I'll help you get it back together.
Right.
She goes, we'll go through it. We'll go through the steps. See what we gotta do. Sure enough, and
Yeah,
like I said, now I'm in the 800s.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah,
So
I tell you.
Daddy, is that you? Papa?
Yeah, no, it's good to have a good credit score. It helps, But even,
So
Yeah. No, just always pay attention. Just pay attention. Know what you're doing. Well, know what you've bought. That's what I mean when I say know what you're doing. Know the things that you've bought. Know where you, put in a credit report from or about. It was a car, the house, or whatever the case may be. Just pay attention to your stuff. Don't give out any of your information, man. Nobody needs to. They don't need that. That was it. The federal government, IRS. They don't call you and or text you.
No, never.
Exactly.
You'll get
So
letters from them.
Exactly. So that then when you turn around and you're getting a phone
and
call.
same with Social Security.
Right, yeah.
These are all the things I was telling my phone. I'm like, do not
Yep.
talk to anybody on the phone. And if you say, you know what, you need to talk to my son, and you tell him to give me a call.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
talk to him.
Yeah. Yep. And even too, if you get that one phone call and you just happen to pick it up, you're not thinking nothing of it. You answer the phone call and it
I've
says,
done that. Yeah, that
yeah,
happens.
but it says, oh, listen, so
click.
again, yeah. Well, like I said before, oh yeah, so Kenny, this is Bill's bondsman. Kenny's in jail. Blah 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 blah. You're like, oh yeah, let that motherfucker rot in jail. Because if you didn't hear me or my significant other calling you, if you didn't hear my wife on the phone saying, Lou, I'm in a bad spot. Tom, this is what's going on. It's not
it's gotta
fucking
be
true.
somebody you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like you gotta don't take it from like just bullshit like that. Even the same thing in a car accident. A cop is not going to call you to say send me $10,000 in and Apple gift cards so that we can get your kid to the hospital or your grandson or whatever.
That's ridiculous.
That's not how this shit works. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That just seems ludicrous to even ask that.
Yeah, but that's what they were doing. It was like, oh, he got hurt. He doesn't have money. He doesn't have any medical insurance. This is what he do. Listen, I heard them, and I'm like, you got to be kidding.
It's unfortunate, but people fall victim to this. And it's so sad when it happens because it's like, how did you not realize that made no fucking sense at all? And you just went along with it like, oh yeah, okay,
yeah,
and I guess some people are not, as sharp or whatever, but hopefully if it does happen to them, like I said earlier, they get it out of the way the first time and they learn from it.
People don't think it can happen to them, so
That's the problem, right?
And so when it happens, they don't know what to do because they never thought about it. You know what I mean? And that's the problem that happens.
It does. It does.
And the thing is always just you got to be vigilant. Stay vigilant and just do and the thing is. I think I mentioned it in other episodes we had, is as technology grows, they're going to use their technology. And AI is really big now. And if you can grab someone's voice with AI, they don't need to speak long with you. They can speak under a minute. They can take your voice and use it. So they can easily manipulate your voice. You can call someone's significant other up and be like, "Honey, I need money wired to me right away. I'm in trouble." Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, I came up with an idea, and I think that is in your family, have a verbal password.
No, yeah, you should have a code word.
For
sure.
Like, what's the code word?
Yeah.
If it's not them, they're not going to know it.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
hear a dial. You're gonna hear the
The tone.
click.
the tone.
Yeah, you're gonna hear my homie tone.
Dial tone.
Yeah.
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 So,
No.
yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, you should have a code word, and that's actually not a bad idea because they do it for a lot of different things too.
Right.
You know, that's really helpful.
I mean, there was a fun AI app, and that's what made me think of it. Is you can change your you can make a video of you speaking another language. I don't know if I showed.
Oh yeah, you did show it
did,
to
you
us.
did.
Yeah.
All I had to do was do a video of myself for like less than a minute. It said just like you need to have a minimum of like 40 something seconds,
Right.
something like that,
Right.
so it can learn your voice.
But see, now
Yeah.
so now that can be hacked because now you've got the face recognition.
Yeah, I didn't think about that till afterwards.
Yeah, and there you go. You know, because so the conspiracy thing on that was when you do those apps and to make yourself a caricature or whatever.
Yeah, they got your information.
They have all your information that now is going to the database, so then they can find you around the world, kind of thing. Like they know who you are, and
that's a conspiracy theorist. But I'm saying, like, my thing is, my thing is, what happens if you do one of those things, and like. So the company is really just a bunch of scammers, and now they're going to use. Now they got your voice, and now they can use it to scam people.
Right, they got your voice.
We made a little bit of or this free app you didn't have to pay for. It's like you got to use this free app for fun. Now we're taking that. You really paid for it because they're going to use your information. Who knows?
Right.
It's too late now. I didn't think about that till afterwards.
Yeah. Well, and that's the conversation. You know that's that thing. We're sitting here talking about it. Now that gives somebody else that, one of our listeners or whatever that now hears like, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't do that.
Just have a verbal password or code word, whatever you want to call. I mean, that's what I remember being a kid. That they did that to prevent you from being taken. If someone says they're going to pick you up, if someone claims that it's an emergency, they got to know the password. Or they
I forgot about that. Holy shit.
That's right.
Yeah,
but now you can't even leave the school without someone.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just like back in the day we just walked out of school. Now,
no, you can't do that.
Right.
Yeah, and you pound it into your kid's head.
Yeah.
Literally, don't talk to strangers.
You just you test him every time, so you make sure he knows that freaking password.
Yeah.
Really
and then he knows when it. And he knows when.
I'm gonna have one of my friends show up and say, "I'm here to pick you up." Your mom.
Listen, I seen that on TV where the father did
that
with his daughter. It was like a show. And the parents were and they fell for it, and the parents were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" They were pissed at them. Are you kidding me? They were going to somebody's house because they had the Pokemon bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
And they didn't know this person from and they're getting in a car. They don't even know them. Like, are you out of your freaking mind?
Yeah. What's
even after telling the kids and everything, and they're like, "Oh, my kids will not fall for it because
they did."
And they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did the same experiment with the gun thing. They did the same thing, with the loaded gun, saying, "Oh, all the gun safety," and they found out that even though the kid didn't know knew all the gun safety, not
he still play with the gun.
He still play with the gun.
So you need to lock it up.
Yeah, lock it up.
Gotta lock it up.
Can't leave a loaded gun.
Yeah,
no, you can't because a kid is too curious. He's gonna, you might get that one kid who's gonna be like, I don't
I'm not doing that. Yeah,
but most of the time, come on, people.
Mm-hmm.
He's a kid. He's we glorify that shit in this country.
That people under the age of 25 don't have a fully developed brain and they're more impulsive. That's
right.
And that's true. And that's the problem when we go back to the talking about the credit card companies and stuff.
Right.
They as soon as you turn 18, all of a sudden all these advertisements for credit cards come in.
They know when I turned 50.
They know they got 7 good years of you. They got 7 good years of you making impulsive decisions, and racking up that fucking credit card.
Right.
Oh, they knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
And they bait you too, though, man.
Yeah, they do.
Kids,
they
freaking bait you.
18, you're getting them all in the mail.
Yep. But you're in school. People that are in college, you know, and they don't, oh shit, I need a credit card because I can't buy this. I got to get this. I need these books. I don't have enough for lunch.
Yeah, I was on top of that.
Or
with my
even
son.
worse, you're like, oh, it's all right. I'm
We
in
knew
college
what-
now. I'm gonna be making money in 4
Right,
years,
yeah.
so I can rack it up now. I'll just make the minimum payments until I get out of college. You know, it's because you're impulsive and you don't have a fully developed brain.
Right.
Under 25, you don't have a fully developed brain. You're not making. It's a known fact that you're more impulsive before you have a fully developed brain.
Yeah, you're not thinking that through.
So
Right.
and it's very predatory what they do. So,
Right.
yeah.
Well, so with that, we'll finish off today's show with be vigilant
yes.
on all of your stuff. Emails, text messages, phone calls, things that come in the mail. You know, don't take the survey. Don't send it back in, you know, like that. Just be aware. Keep, you know, stay off of the Wi-Fi when you're in public places and stuff like that, because that's how they get you.
Yeah.
That's how they get. There's a whole bunch of apps that do that they pay attention to the Wi-Fi that you're on. So this way you can get the coupons for or discounts or quote unquote discounts or whatever. So that, you know, for whatever restaurant or store that you're in. Yeah, don't fall for it anymore.
So
Be aware.
All this information was helpful to you guys.
Yes. I hope so. Again, so everybody, thank you for listening. Like, follow.
Follow us on all the social media, Instagram, Facebook.
Yep. What other good
So
stuff?
check us out.
Absolutely.
And the website should be up soon. You know,
Yep.
get that. We'll have
Working on that.
We'll have a URL soon. So
Gonna have all that stuff. It's gonna be a good year, 2024 for us. So,
yes.
so with all that, thank you everybody for listening. Have a great week. Stay safe. Love, peace, and hair grease.
Live long and prosper.
And go vegan.
Holla.